Hey guys, today's video I am bringing you the unboxing of the new Talons of the Emperor box set, which was released by Games Workshop this weekend, so the 25th of March 2017. So it's a really good value box, to be honest. If you add up all the components in there, you are making a recommended retail price saving of around £62, £62.50, something like that. And on top of that, there's no real value applied to the two mini codex supplements that you get in there for the Sisters of Silence and the Legio Custodes, or the Custodian Guard as they're formerly known in the 40k world rather than the Heresy era. So as you can see, the box still shrink wrapped, arrived today, and in this kit we will discover exactly what you get for your money. So just removing the lovely cellophane, we can see here that we're getting a Land Raider, a Rhino, a Dreadnought, 5 Legio Custodes and 5 Sisters of Silence, plus, as indicated there, the 2 mini supplement codexes, which are 24 pages long each. Lifting the lid then, we get on the right hand side there, in another cellophane wrapper, is the 2 mini codexes. Now, don't expect too much from these. There's hardly any units available for them, so I don't expect many entries in there, but what I'm looking for is data sheets and rules. It's a nice little poster here that comes in the kit, so it's a double-sided one with Sister on one side and a Custodian Guard on the other. That might take firm place on my wall if my wife doesn't object. And then inside, a plethora of plastic. Now, I'm not going to go through all of the plastics in this video. I think everyone would have seen a Land Raider by now. Everyone's certainly seen a Rhino by now. Even though the book says that they're a Legio kind of Land Raider and a Null Maiden Rhino, there's absolutely no specific parts or special parts or vehicle accessories or anything on them to indicate that. All you're going to do is paint them gold. So a little bit disappointed that there's no sort of extra vehicle piece in there to bling them up. But I do have the Forgeworld transfer set, so I could be seeing some of those decals appear on these vehicles. And with the Sisters of Silence and the Legio Custodes models, I have done unboxings of those before in the Burning of Prospero set, so I'll link those two videos, or that video, in the description below. And if you want to go through those models and that unboxing where I look at those parts in a bit more detail, then feel free. There we go, we just get the Contemptor Dreadnought there in plastic. I believe that's the same as ones that have been in previous box sets as well. There's 2 vehicle accessory sprues. They are the bog standard ones. As I said, nothing fancy there. It's the top hatches, Hunter Killer Missiles, Storm Bolters and hatch parts. And everything else with regard to the vehicle is bog standard. But realistically, if you're looking at the saving, if you add up the individual component prices that are being listed for the Legio Custodes at £35 for 5 and the Sisters of Silence at £25, and then add the Contemptor at I think £30-ish, you end up at the £95 price tag. So in effect you are getting that Land Raider and Rhino and these 2 mini codexes for free. That's pretty good going in my book. So let's open up the mini codexes then and see what's inside, see what cool rules are coming along with these models for the 40k universe. So inside that little plastic wrapper then are the 2 mini codexes. There we go, the Sisters of Silence and the Adeptus Custodes, and then the instruction manual on how to glue everything together. So we'll quickly skim through this. So it starts off with the Custodes. Again, nothing new here. There's no new parts, no new builds or anything compared to the previous versions of the models. The Sisters, the Dreadnought, Land Raider and Rhino. I think anyone who's been involved in this hobby for some time has definitely built a Land Raider and most certainly has built a Rhino. So there's nothing too fancy in there. And with the assembly guides, I've got other videos on those, so feel free to check out my channel, look at the playlists and find those out. So let's look at the important bit then when it comes to gaming. These are the rules for this mini codex. As always, nice little bit of artwork, and then we go through some history of the Legio Custodes themselves. Now I do call them Custodes. I have heard people call them Custodes, I guess it's a tomato kind of thing, with many of the pronunciation of the stuff in the 40k universe. There's some nice pretty pictures. And then we get a little bit of force background there on how to use these models in your regular game. And here we go, these are the main rules here. So as expected, they're pretty expensive points wise. There's 260 points for your base unit. Then you can add some upgrades with the Vexilla, the Storm Shield, and these guys can pick a Land Raider as a dedicated transport. They do come with some special rules which are quite good, giving invulnerable saves and abilities to their weapons. Now I'm not going to go through those rules specifically. If you need to know the exact rules, maybe there's a leak on the internet, but I'm not one to do leaks. I'm not one to give away stuff for free. But if you manage to catch up on the video and manage to read any of it, then all power to you. But I'm not going to sit there and read rules out to people. That's not what I'm about. That's not what this channel's about. And I'm sure Games Workshop would appreciate me not reading too much to you. But you know, this is a bit of a teaser. I'm not affiliated with Games Workshop whatsoever. They don't send me free stuff. But from a value perspective, I think it's exceptionally good. And if you can find an independent retailer that sells it at a bit of discount, then you're even going to do better than I have. So moving beyond the regular entry, we've got the weapon details, melee weapon details, and a quick summary at the end. Most of these weapons, pretty bog standard rules. There's nothing too outrageous in the Legio Custodes, I don't think, apart from granting a few buffs and benefits to nearby friendly Imperial forces, and being super marines in their own right. They're certainly going to find a place on the tabletop near you soon. Now the Sisters of Silence, again, a bit of background, some nice pretty pictures, and then we move into the different squads. Now these ladies have got 3 different squads, so you can have the bolter equipped, the flamer equipped, or the greatsword equipped versions. They do have 3 entries. They're all elite entries. And they do have some really cool anti-psyker powers, as would be expected. That is their background. They have the 0 presence in the warp. So that if you're facing a Thousand Sun type army, an Elder type army, anything, Grey Knight type army that have turned for whatever reason against you on the battlefield, these are going to be a definite go-to unit. Some of their powers are exceptionally good. The Psych Out type grenades are very powerful. I think actually rules-wise, having had a quick skim, these are probably going to be a really good unit to include in a regular 40k army as an attachment, or as an allied attachment. I think the rules in here are probably a little bit, but then they're not going to go out and slaughter all the enemies, but their anti-psyker ability, and given how powerful psyker powers are in the current iteration of the rules, these ladies are going to be a really good unit if you're lacking psychic powers in your own army. Again, a quick profile summary at the end with the stats. There's some good painted examples in here if you need some painting inspiration on how to paint these up. That's all good. And then I'm just going to finish this video up with some better photos rather than using my standard streaming camera here. Just some good pictures to finish off, so you can have a look at the contents of the box set. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. If you did, please give it a like. Let me know if you've bought the set yourself and what you think of the value. Are you going to be fielding these units in your 40k battles still to come? I'm certainly looking forward, now that I've got 15 Custodes I think I have now, and some Forgeworld goodies to add to those. I'm certainly looking forward to getting some paint finally on. I'm getting pretty fed up of making models at the moment. I definitely need to get my painting act together. Looking forward, now that I can probably field most of these formations, I'm certainly looking forward to putting those together. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and I shall catch you on the next one.